It's not bad, is it, Clay?
So we're in the hotel. We're going to stay the night before we catch the plane to New Zealand tomorrow. But before we do that, we're watching the greatest film ever to be filmed in New Zealand. It's not Lord of the Rings. It is A Hunt for the Wilder People, starring Ricky Baker and Sam Neill. We're living like millionaires, Clay. Just to update everybody, we're in a really fancy hotel, which we didn't realise was as fancy as we thought. And then we had a complaint about our room, so we, like adults, made a complaint, which is the first time I've ever done that, and it felt horrible. I won't tell you what was wrong with the room because it was a bit gross. And now we've ordered room service, and
It's even come with those shiny lid things.
I filled it up. He said, would you like us to bring it in? And I said, no, it's fine, I'll carry it in, because I just felt too, that's weird, isn't it? What are you having for dinner, Chloe?
The very finest chicken nuggets.
Okay, time for a classic map. We are, I haven't even checked where we are. We're somewhere, and we're going to catch the free shuttle bus all the way to the airport, international terminal, there.
We're at this one.
We're at where?
That one.
That one. So where are we going? We're going there?
Yeah.
Like, yes.
It's Valentine's Day and we are getting ready to catch the shuttle bus to the airport, ready to go to New Zealand. We are going to New Zealand today! We're having our last little look at Australia. It's really beautiful.
It's gorgeous and it's warm.
And I'm sweating so much already and it's really early in the morning.
Yeah. So they can't verify my passport details, so it looks like only Chloe's going to New Zealand.
Woohoo!
I can't be discovered. I don't exist. So, I think I got flagged. It was like a random security check to see if I had a ticket onwards from New Zealand, because they don't like people having just an entry ticket and then them staying there forever illegally. So I had to show them my ticket to Hawaii afterwards, and then they were like, oh, it's all good. So there you go, I exist.
And we got a Subway.
Okay, we woke up in New Zealand. We've had a good old lion, haven't we, Chloe? Well, Chloe had a good old lion, and it's a gorgeous 23 degrees, a little bit cooler than Australia. And our first observation is the shadows make more sense in this country. Instead of waking up and the sun already being right up here and it burning you, they're nice and long. It is currently at 10 o'clock in the morning, and in Australia, the house would have burnt down already, but in New Zealand, apparently not. It's proper weather, isn't it, Clay?
It's proper weather, isn't it, Tim?
It's proper weather, innit?
Proper English weather.
Proper English weather. Right, we're off to get our camper van, buy some food, and get the day done. You'll notice something in my attire that has not been seen since Sydney. I'm wearing a coat. In New Zealand, everything is really expensive, except baguettes. So we're going to live off baguettes for the next 5 weeks. I like baguettes. That's a win. That's a win for me.
And I shall live off crisps.
It's always time for a good English cup of tea. wind suddenly dropped. It got really warm and still. Gorgeous. Wish we had a paddleboard. Where are we at today, Claire?
We're on Piha
Piha, I think.
Piha Beach, and it's a black sand beach, and it's really beautiful.
It's lovely and warm on our toes, isn't it, Claire? It's not nearly as warm as Australia, but we have our feet nicely warmed by the black sand, which is keeping all the heat. It's pretty. It's a bit windier in New Zealand. And the feeling of the water, how would you rate it on a temperature level?
In the words of Outcast, ice cold.
You got there, Clay?
A new shell.
Oh.
It's a big one. Don't tell the TSA people. What are they called? The
Yeah.
Border Patrol.
Yeah. We
Never tell them.
I don't know if we said this in the video already, but we had to wait like 2 hours in a line to get all Chloe's shells inspected, of which they confiscated the smallest shell you've ever seen. I would say it was 2 millimeters in length.
But the lady was very impressed with my new fossil shark tooth, so it was worth it just to get a
her
compliment.
words were, I can see that you like to collect things, so here's a little guide on what you can and can't. And she gave Chloe a little brochure to show what she's allowed to take. But I like the line, I can see you like to collect things.
She knows, she knew.
Like Heel Bay, Chloe. It's very much like Heel Bay here.
What do you want me to do, Tim?
Just film all around here, getting all the background in. It's nice. We, on the way here, put in the directions to this beach and accidentally drove over a mountain, I think. We accidentally drove over a mountain. It was sort of that steep incline. So on the way back, it'll be steep again, and then we'll just roll down a big hill. And hopefully the brakes work. Why is there black sand on this beach, Chloe?
I'm so glad you asked. Well, it has black sand because it has like the eroded remains of like volcanic rock, which is kind of from the Taupo region, and it's mixed with a load of iron oxide as well. So it means that even though it's black from the volcanic rock, when you walk on it, it's not hot because of the volcano, it's hot because of the blackness of the sand catching all the sun heat. I was gonna go up there.
The way to Tintagel's shut. It's good since they opened the new bridge, isn't it, Clay?
We better let Jelly know that there's some works happening.
The ground is crunchy. Crunch, crunch, crunch. A natural phenomenon which doesn't happen in Australian beaches that we've been on. The classic Westwood Ho sinking sand. Get out the caravan.
It's fun. Huh?
Yeah. What do you want me to say?
Tell the story.
Oh, shells. Okay. So, Chloe collected a vast shell collection in Australia. Totally legally and not in any national parks. We checked all the rules, of course. But when you enter a country like Australia or New Zealand, you have to declare certain things, which includes biohazards from plant and animal living things, which include shells. So we declared our shells because there were cute sniffer dogs doing their job and we didn't want them to catch us and give us a big fine. We declared our shells. We had to wait for 2 hours in a queue, going really slowly. Some quite rude like security checkers as well. We got a nice one. They were particularly interested in the fossil shark tooth that Chloe had, but that got waved through. They inspected all of Chloe's shells and then decided that they had to have some form of like cause to have made us wait for 2 hours and this not all be a faff of nothing. So they confiscated a shell which was about 2 millimeters in length and 1 millimeter in diameter, and said, oh, you can see that it's got something inside it, which I don't think it did. I think they felt bad, had to make some sort of show, and decided to take away the smallest shell in the collection so Chloe's day wasn't ruined. But fair play for protecting their beautiful country from any diseases. Fair play to Chloe for collecting such definitely dead and biohazard-free shells. And we got through safely. It was quite a fun experience. This is our van. We haven't named it yet. But Chloe tells me that these are monarch butterflies, and she saw one in Australia.
Of course I got the butterfly van. If you didn't know, when I was little, I wanted to be a butterfly when I grew up.
Good.
Bye.
Geology lesson and
Bye.
science lesson.